Hello everyone and welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's Vela. Before I start my video, I'm gonna make a shout out. Shout out for all our subscriber over there. Say shout out, shout out. So we're gonna slides all the people that send us some messages to shout out them. Shout out po sa inyo lahat. Thank you so much for your support, and we were so glad for your kindness and thoughtfulness. Thank you so much and shout out po. Watch the slides. In today's video, we'll talk about the DIY application from anywhere, like wherever you are. If you are in Saudi, if you were in Japan, if you were in Poland, if you were in Singapore, Hong Kong, and wherever you are, Philippines as well. So DIY application from where you are to Canada. So this is based on the 3 applicants that just arrived recently here in Canada. So based on their application, their submission, how they started, so your documentation, how they started their application to come here as what we call unskilled worker or skilled worker for them to to work here in Canada. First, of course, before you apply, you should have your resume ready. So when creating your resume, I'm gonna give you some tips on how you do it, because this is one of the resume that an applicant is already here in Canada. So I'm just giving you tips on how he applied for the job. He got the job from the agency website as a cleaner. He was so lucky to get the job though. So his resume is like this. It's very simple. The first main of the resume is about himself, and then the next column is her highlights. Like, for example, you have 3 years of experience as a cleaner, as a food service supervisor, as a cook. Whatever position you're applying for, you should have elaborate how many years of experience of that job position. And then the next one is your work experience. So after you put your highlights, highlights is your summary of your skill and how you do your job. So next one is your work experience. So work experience, you should have a work experience based on your job you are applying for. For example, you're applying for a cleaner, you're applying for a cook. If the job is required experience, you should have those one. And then make sure your experience should have a certificate of employment from your experience. And also, when you enter your experience po, please put your job description on your experience. For example, you have experience in hotels like cleaners. You should elaborate what type of job you're doing in that position. If you have more job experience, you can add more, as long as you have your employment certificate along with that job experience. And after your job experience, just enter your education. We start only from high school to university to college. And then if you attend some trainings and seminars, you should add that. You should add your training certificate, what type of training do you attend, what type of seminar, and when, because that's an asset for your resume also. And then after you have follow all those steps and how you create your resumes, of course you have your resume ready now. So the next step will be looking for the job website that has potential, more chances for you to get the job offer. So you have to go search online, to go to the job website, and follow the instructions. Sign up. If you need to sign up po, and then from then you will create your resume inside there. Fill up all the details along with the instruction with the job website. And also you can watch my videos, because there's a lot of the agency is still looking for a different position, and we're working to a different position for you guys to apply. Okay, and then if you do that online, you submit your resume based on the successful candidates from Japan. I'm gonna tell you how he did his DIY application. He came from Japan, because the one that came from Poland and from Saudi, I haven't talked to them. So I'm gonna tell you the example how he ended up coming to Canada. Like, this is the candidate from Japan. This is how his application happened. Like, he started scrolling in YouTube about unskilled worker, how to apply, blah, and then he found my blog. He saw my blog and watched, and then subscribe, and then he sent me an email, and then he sent me his resume. I read his resume, and then I saw that he has experience as a food service supervisor in the Philippines. Actually, his experience is from the Philippines, and then he worked in Japan as a construction worker. So he is so lucky, guy. So anyway, from then on, he sent me his resume. See, as I said, I received some resumes. Once I received a resume, and then I forward to the agency, and then the agency will look upon all the resumes, and choose who is the most potential applicant. What happened is, the agency wants him to go for an interview. Like, the first interview was held by the agency, and then after that, the agency will forward their resume to the employer, and then the employer will choose who's the next applicant will go further, like for the employer for the next step, like the employer interview. So after that, after the employer interview, and then finally the employer decided to to pursue him for the job offer. The agency will require him to submit or fill up the form for the LIMIA application. That's the next step. So LIMIA application is a labor market impact assessment. And after the LIMIA, the next step, the agency will forward his documents or paperwork to the immigration consultant for the further application processing. That's the time it's end my communication with them, because it's up to the immigration and the applicant. So I just got all the information, because they were so nice to let me know what happened to their application. They keep me updated about their documents. I'm so glad that they were, they trusted me about those kind, right? So I'm so glad to hear them, what's going on with their documents. So that's the thing. So after the immigration, they need you to do the biometrics and so on and so far. So that's the whole process of it. So you're going to come to Canada. So that's your main course from your application when you apply for a job. If you got a job offer, make sure it's legit. But I'm telling you, this agency is a legitimate agency, as I always said, okay? Okay, so before I go further about the processing, if you would like to send me your resume, make sure it's a PDF format. Don't send me a picture. Don't send me a blurry resume, because we couldn't read. And make sure it's visible and clear. And also, if you have any certification, training certificate, seminars, if you attended and gained some certification of those seminars, you should add this to your resume for additional qualification with the job, okay? So if you are outside Philippines, I will send your resume to the agency for review. And if you're working in the Philippines, don't give up, because the agency is working how to hire applicants from the Philippines as a direct basis, okay? So watch out for our next video about that, okay? Anyway, so we'll go forward. To all our subscribers, thank you so much po. We are so much overwhelmed with your support, and we will promise to give you all the details, all the legit application for you to get a job offer. And to take note for all of you guys, that all the information is and advices and tips are free of charge. And also all these agencies and website is, I found this, I did it on my personal search for you to and sharing with you guys, and also based on our experience though. So it is right now we have a successful candidates that already here, so you can just take note to that. the agency is really helping out, and then I'm so glad about them. I always say thank you to the agency every time I send an email, every time I forward them all the resume. I always say thank you so much for all your help, for all my kababayans to make their Canada dream come true. I always add it to my email for you guys to know. Workvantage, the agency, is working, as in working to get more job offer for you guys. Okay, so I hope you guys continue to support us, and we will give you all the possible job for you. To all our aspiring applicants, also you have to take this down, the requirements for you to get a job offer. First one, resume. The next one, you should have a valid passport for 3 years. You should have a recommendation letter from your previous employer 10 years ago until the days, or high school diploma and certificate if you have one. And if they were chosen by the immigration, you will request the documents depending on your case, depending on what case you are, if you're married, if you're single. So it depends, it varies with your status. Okay, go Workvantage.ca agency website based in Canada. You can also search jobs from there. For all my kababayan in the Philippines who also wants to come to Canada as a workers, so you can go to www.workabroad.ph po. There's so many jobs for you guys there, to all my kababayans in the Philippines. You can also go to www.jobbank.ca to find more jobs in Canada, because most of the Canadian employer, they have posted jobs position available for you to apply there. So you go there, sign up, and apply. Hey! And that's it for today's video. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and bye now. God bless us all.